So let's talk about this return to the volatile situation that the Gulf has been for several months now, since the 28th of February attack that started it all. Now, Dr. Kendra Jangir is with us. He's a well-known West Asia expert at the O.P. Jindal Global University. Thank you for joining us this afternoon, Dr. Jangir. What do you make of the latest round of fighting, where now it seems Saudi is also part and parcel of this effort, which was initially launched by the US, of course, which is an ally, but even Israel?
Thank you, Gautam. Your brief was amazing. There are so many things happening, and it's true that now the Saudi Arabia is acting much against Iran because Iran, the latest attack from Iraq and the militia in Iraq on Saudi Arabia is a very surprise because Saudis were anticipating and getting some kind of a, interventions from the Houthis in Yemen. And Saudi Arabia has keeping very low, in fact, making very critical statements against the state of Israel, and making in a way a careful reconsideration of its alliance with Israel, which has been clandestine, but which has also worked much against them in this war. So I think what is happening is America is least impacted by this phase of escalation, and it's the regional allies one after the other that are getting involved. In last week, it was the Jordanians that received most number of Iranian missiles. Now the Saudis, and now as a result of it, Iraq is getting attacked by the Saudis and the American
And
forces.
Iraq is also an ally.
Iraq is also an ally. A part of Iraq is an ally, not the whole of Iraq. And there are two also worrying developments. Ukraine, I mean, yesterday Iranian statement came that if Ukraine will attack another ship of Iran, Ukraine 2 days back attacked a ship that was sailing out of Russia and with arms and ammunition towards Iran. And that ship was attacked by Ukraine. And Iran is threatening ballistic missiles at Ukraine if Ukraine will participate in any such kind of missions again. On the other hand, China is also arming Iran with more than 400, man-portable air defense systems that will arrive in some months. Now, these man-portable air defense systems are capable of shooting aircrafts, and I think for a while it was just quiet because Israel was not involved, but it seems like now there are more players into it.
Right. So, what does it all mean? I mean, is Saudi involvement, or rather its active involvement in offensive measures, something to do with the kind of nuclear deal that Donald Trump has offered the Saudis, that you recognize Israel, come on board the Abraham Accords, and you can have your civil nuclear deal?
That has been a very historic event in terms of America's policy in the region. America didn't do such a thing with the region, but I think it came out of the acknowledgement that Iranian threat and the nuclearization seems unstoppable. America can delay it, but it's unstoppable in the long term. And hence, Saudi Arabia sought this deal right away. Donald Trump really wanted it to be as an announcement of Saudi Arabia joining Abraham Accords and Saudi Arabia normalizing relations with Israel. Saudi Arabia has done none of the two. And I think Saudis are very, very clear about their position on Israel, that Israel has completely taken U-turn on the Oslo peace process and the two-state solution as a future solution of the conflict. And hence Donald Trump is not actually in a position to get Saudi Arabia do what Israel wishes it to do. On the other hand, because Saudi Arabia is fighting the war that America launched on 18th of February, I think they are joining, in return of this alliance, I think Saudis are getting the nuclear deal for them.
Mm. And then we have this curious set of meetings that Donald Trump's had, one with Netanyahu and the other with Zelensky. And it seems that, of course, this these seem to be two separate conflicts that these meetings seem to be addressing, but they seem to be coming together as well at some level.
Yes, there is some kind of an alliance. Ukraine seems to be siding with America on this Iran war, and China and Russia are aligned with, let's say, uh, Iranian side. So I think Israel has so far, actually, if you look at the Ukraine war and Israel, Israel has a very problematic record on Ukraine. When Ukraine was attacked 4 years back, Israel didn't even condemn it.
Hmm.
Israel was working very closely with Putin at that time in Syria. And there was a lot of criticism of Netanyahu inside Israel because Zelensky is a Jew. And it was a very considered important that they will at least show, solidarity. So I think Zelensky must be happy that now Netanyahu would find him useful in this latest war. But there is when Netanyahu goes to America, it seems like his achievement. It's actually his loss. He was supposed to be in America in this period of time with Lebanese leader Joseph Aoun, who visited America a week back. And Lebanon and Israel were supposed to announce this, deal between the two. And US President wanted to announce a new entry into the Abraham Accords, that was Lebanon. But I think Lebanon also doesn't want to stand with Netanyahu. So on the background, there are things that didn't happen for Netanyahu, and he's seeking this visit in order to strengthen his position in the Israeli domestic politics.
Right. But at the same time, we see oil climbing again. Would that make Donald Trump blink, apart from the other factors which came in just a few days back as well, when after several nights of action, suddenly Donald Trump said we're going to pause in the interest of talks?
I think at the moment, only the death of the American soldiers will blink Donald Trump. If you really look at what America is paying right now, it's not paying actually much price. Sadly so. It's the regional actors that are paying price by attacking each other. It's extremely, interesting thing that has become a reality, that America, the oil prices are really not, skyrocketing in that sense that it can really cripple the economy in short term. Uh,
I think the last price tag that Pete Hegseth put on the war was $37.5 billion.
and American people aren't really, impacted inflation. I mean, there has been that issue, but I think Donald Trump will not pay a political price in immediate terms because of this. And that's why he's letting these regional allies engage Iran. And he's also, in a way, expecting that some amount of Iranian weakness will emerge out of these attacks.
Well, it's interesting how a day of political reckoning is coming close for Netanyahu in October, Donald Trump in the midterms in November, and we don't know when for Zelensky because, well, Ukraine is at war, but the time is up for Zelensky as well as far as legitimate political period of serving the people of Ukraine is concerned, but we don't know when that time will take place. And in the meantime, the conflict rages on. We don't know when we'll get to a situation where once again we see some sort of normalcy returning to the region and, of course, to oil prices as well. Thank you, Dr. Jangir, for joining us and talking about it.